So, just quickly to introduce the two of us, I am Mr. Holmes, and I am here with John Bloody Thumbs. And we are here to commentate the race between NESCardinality and Xarnax42 in the quarterfinals of the winner's bracket.
Hi, and I am co-commentating with the person that knocked me into the loser bracket, Mr. Holmes.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's quite all right. You are a very good player, and I wasn't prepared for that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, it looks like we just started.
All right, so let's
Here we
see
go.
what's in the treasure room.
I'll rely on you for that.
Looks like we have a torch. Of course, the key. What's the third chest? Staff and rain. So
Nothing exciting. But they are reasonably strong to begin with. They have 16 strength, so provided there aren't any ridiculous enemies, they should be good to go.
it looks
But did
like
they have return?
They had return,
And
it looks like Xarnax went immediately into the treasure room. As for Cardinality, is grinding a little bit to get gold to get an extra key, which is a smarter move.
We'll have to see. If Xarnax finds a town right away and can gear up, maybe it'll pay off. But yeah, I don't. That's pretty risky play. Especially since he didn't save, so if he dies, he's just going to lose half his gold. And it looks like that's going to be...
Yeah, and Cardinality found a town right away that looked like Garanham.
Oh yeah, there's one right off the start. Like just to the right of the map.
Right. Xarnax has found a cave if he can make it through there, but he's blocked by AK-47.
Yep. Oh, if I were him, I'd just restart. Interesting. Yeah, so they got a big defense boost at level 2, but no attack and no HP. Where's Empty Eye when you need him? Craigasm!
Cardinality going back to Garanham to buy the scale.
So it looks like they had both hurt more and heal more. When I caught a glance.
Wow, that's going to be a great start for them. They both have both of the major spells they needed. Hurt more is going to be the grind spell that they're going to use, obviously. Silver Shield is... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say what you're saying. They'd have a Silver Shield and Magic Armor right close by, so that's always convenient.
Right. I can see them both trying to go for that. Well, Cardinelli knows where it is. Xarnax has not even found that town yet.
I think he just did.
Oh yeah, he did. I can see it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got them synced up pretty good, so that's something to just check. They both have timers, so you can see if there's any delay between the two.
I'm like at a 5-second delay on Xarnax, but I think it's about equal.
They're synced on mine. They're at 3:15, 16, 17.
That's pretty acceptable. 5 seconds isn't much. So Ness, if he gets good luck, should kill this Armored Knight with 2 hurt mores.
Yes, he's going to get a huge level advantage on that. He's on level, it's probably level 6.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, this race might even be done before Empty Eye comes to pick up commentary.
Yeah, probably. It's looking to be a really fast level.
So... Xarnax is at level 2.
Card is looking like he's going to refill his magic and continue to explore and grind.
Well, he probably has money now, so yeah, after he does that, he'll go and buy his extra keys.
Also correct, yeah. He's probably going to check the treasure room and find out there's really nothing in there.
Mm-hmm. So he's actually refilling his magic twice. Because he didn't have enough for heal more the first time. Just a little cute thing. Uh-oh. NPC. Blocking the stairway. So he's going to take the long way, go from one staircase to the other.
That might be faster, actually, considering how long it takes for the NPC to actually move out of your way.
So yeah, I
So I don't
expect him.
believe. Go ahead.
I expect him to buy 2 keys and then go back to the other room, and maybe he'll check the basement first. Yeah, probably. That's a shorter walk.
Yeah, I didn't think Xarnax checked the basement. I didn't see that.
But I don't think he ever got a second key because he used the first one right away.
Right.
So this is why you want to hold on to that key until you can get a second one.
Exactly. And he did find the Stones of Sunlight, so that was a key item that Xarnax has not found. He's probably going to be searching for in the caves.
And Xarnax just got all the way up to level 5. Of course, with Hurtmore, you can really plow through those early levels, and he's found another town. And it's Coxness.
Yeah, he has found Hawksness. If he
He
can
doesn't-
make and see what the monster is, it's going to be a really good advantage at this point.
Mm-hmm. He didn't really have much health left, so just decides to die.
Car looking to buy some better armor.
He might even go and check. Oh yeah, you're right. I was gonna say he's probably gonna go into the locked door too.
Yeah. So he bought the chainmail and the broadsword,
Cool.
filling up on herbs. He's probably gonna buy a torch or 2 as well.
I didn't check and see if they got radiant with these levels coming in so fast and furious.
It's hard to tell. Level 6, there's no radiant confirmed.
Okay.
That's interesting. Carr didn't check the Garnham 3 chests or the basement of Garnham.
Huh. Maybe he didn't refill on keys yet. I don't know. Like, maybe he just got the 2. I'm curious.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a real interesting move. Maybe he just slipped his mind.
So it's a free cave and 3 chests. But yeah, lots of great hurt-morable enemies around here, like knights and star wyverns. But he just took a massive attack from one and died.
As Xarnax is fighting an armor knight right now,
Yeah.
trying to gain the advantage. And he
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah, they got hurt, so they're even fightable at this early level. You don't have to worry about them really doing damage.
So we have level 8 with the new spell.
Everything's progressing very nicely as Xarnax stumbles upon another cave, while NESCardinality grabs some more keys and probably is going to go to Garnham.
That's what it looks like.
And we have the
That's
mountain
right.
cave. Yeah, this is the mountain cave.
It is the mountain cave. So Card has now reached level 7 as well. With the 26 agility increase, which is
Holy smokes!
massive. I didn't see
You guys-
that before.
Yeah. You guys are probably looking at this and thinking, wow, Xarnax has about 300 more experience. Well, guess what? I would say NESCardinality has the edge just because keys are so important. Gives you access to
Correct.
so much stuff. Like,
Yeah, because this. Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
because NESCardinality showed you need a key to get that Stones of Sunlight. So until he gets that, it may not be that big of a deal, but
Well, at this point, continue on from what you're saying. At this point, well, Card has found the fighter's ring, so that's also very important. But Xarnax right now is at a major disadvantage because as of now, he has no keys and he has to find the town of Rimeldar.
oh, he just
to
got a
get the
key.
extra key.
And
Oh,
the
and the
sword.
sword.
Ooh, the tables have turned.
Yeah, that changes everything.
That's a little lucky.
Very lucky.
I would say he
And he has
profited
a
from
level.
an unsound decision in the early game, but I can understand his decision to check that room, but sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't.
Right now, it paid off. Big time.
For sure.
So he used the key to go back into the treasure room. Does he have an extra key?
Really?
I
What?
think that was,
Oh!
he's
He's
gold
gold
grinding,
grinding.
but does he know that he doesn't have a key anymore? Or does he have an extra key that I have not seen?
Yeah, this... Oh.
That's interesting.
Just in that singular mindset, right?
Right. And he hasn't found the silver shield yet either. So
There is one in Garenham, though.
oh, there is. Okay, so he
And
might have
the
seen-
magic armor.
Okay.
So he'll probably
And
go up to
Garenham's right.
22,500 to get both of those.
But the key is also still important. So if he doesn't have the key, he's still at a major disadvantage. I think that's a clutch oversight that he made.
It looks like Nest just found Romualdar, so Xarnax is going to have to... As soon as he finds Romualdar, he'll consolidate his experience and weapon advantage. But until then, it's kind of up in the air.
But he might skip Remoter and just go right back to the cave, considering there was a key in there. So he can probably figure it out, go back and just get the key again.
Does he have another key?
He does not.
No.
So he
So...
thought, yeah, exactly. He thought he had another key, so that was an oversight.
Yeah, but you're right, though. I didn't even think to just go back into the mountain cave and get another one. So...
Well, yeah, that would be the best option for him at this point because he knows where a guaranteed key is.
Yeah. And at this point, there's not really much else for him to do. Like, he needs to get keys. That should be his singular mindset, so...
Right, and at this point, Cardinality is killed in Armor Knight and is getting close to catching up to level 8, as he did.
Yep.
13 speed increase.
Ooh. So,
Are they
what...
getting-
These...
But
These guys are both on strength HP, so seeing those defense boosts early is very good. Usually you're worried about being able to run from enemies at an early level, but with that high defense and the offense and defensive spells you have, they should be able to explore pretty much anywhere.
yeah, their agility is already 77. That means they can pretty much run from anything in the game right now.
And that's crazy. If they were both doing strength agility, they'd probably be at like 85 or 86.
That is super crazy. So they're going to have insane defense coming on in the later levels.
Like, I think their defense is higher than they were in the entirety of last run.
So Card has found the cave of Garen's grave.
Mhm.
As for Xarnax is going to Hawksness to try to fight the boss, the mini boss.
Yep.
And the mini boss is
Ooh.
the mini boss is a golem, which he is not going to kill.
Yeah, gonna try the 1 out of 16 sleep shot.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible. He needs to think about trying to find a flute for that at this point.
Trying to pay attention, because I don't think anybody's been into the grave until now, so I don't know what's all in there.
Cardinality at level 9 now, so I think he's reached the edge on the leveling. Fighting an Armor Knight.
Hmm. Yeah, to those who are just turning in, both guys started with, well, of course both of them, but we started with Hurtmore in this run, so there were Armored Knights that they took out right away and jumped up to 180 experience, so leveling has been fast and furious at this point.
Yeah, and Card is trying to fight a Metal Slime, as where Xarnax has found the Jerk Cave, which is the all-important in-game cave.
Mm-hmm. So, Metal Slimes have sleep, so they'd be a great stop spell target. But he doesn't get it.
Well, I think casting stop spell on the metal slimes is kind of pointless because you still got to be able to hit them. So that's just wasting a turn and giving them an extra turn to be able to run from you.
Sure, and he actually got an excellent move on a Metal Slime.
Which is a great increase in experience at this point in time. Xarnax is doing a whole lot of map exploring.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's making great progress. The map looks fairly straightforward. Doesn't have a ton of little paths. It's pretty much showing you where to go, and he's exploring the entire perimeter of the map, it looks like.
We got Cardinality almost died to a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So
And a cursed belt. My favorite.
That is also Sparkover's favorite, so I'm pretty sure she's jumping for joy right now.
For sure. If she's watching from work, then she will definitely be cheering.
So let's go ahead and do a woohoo for Sparkover.
Woohoo! Well, NESCardinality with the rare cave exploring mistake takes one step up instead of down. I'm sure he's feeling ashamed.
So there's no key items in the grave. So
Yeah.
Card it probably should be looking to Death Warp out of here at this point because he needs to gold grind as well.
For sure. And that's a perfect enemy to suicide on. 2 shots and he'll be dead.
And there it is.
Yeah, so really Card just needs to find the mountain cave and where he'll get the sword. And he'll be pretty much set. Whereas Xarnax is still trying to find that key. So they're both looking for one thing.
Yeah, so Xarnax obviously either forgot where the mountain cave was, or forgot that the key was in mountain cave, which is putting him at a huge disadvantage right now because he could have technically went back there and just grabbed a quick key and he would have been much further in progress.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course we have Card doing the gold grind now. Let's see how much he takes.
Oh, it did.
Xarnax has found another cave.
Probably swamp or... Oh, this is the grave.
Okay,
But he
so
doesn't have
Xarnax-
very much MP.
Right, he might not make it through the cave, and he's going to be very disappointed to find out there's nothing in the cave. So it looks like Armor Knights have hurt, so they're going to be a perfect grind enemy later on.
One thing that's very interesting, so both these guys have the name capital Z or Z depending on what country you live in, and that means they have strength and HP build. However, despite this build, they both have a max HP of 39, which is going to make it tough because there are some enemies that can hit you for 39.
Especially right now if they cast Hurt More, which can hit over 45, and Dragon Warrior 2 Breath, which can hit for over 76 at this point because they do not have Edric's armor.
Yeah, I do think the magic armor cuts into hurt more, but not Dragon Lord Breath, so they should be safe from one of those two.
It does, but neither one has the magic armor right now, so they're both still at a major disadvantage.
I'm pretty sure Xarnax got the magic armor when he did his gold grind.
Okay, yeah, it says Xarnax does have the magic armor, okay.
I'm not just dreaming. It is possible. So it's interesting. So NESCardinality bought some herbs and it put him under 22,500. But when he buys his magic armor, he'll sell his chainmail, which puts him over the amount to get the shield. So that's convenient that worked out.
Right, so Card now has the broadsword, the magic shield, and the silver shield, but he's still kind of down because he does not have the Edric sword.
Yeah. He'll need
But
it
they have-
eventually.
He will, but right now they have hurt more, so neither one of them is actually attacking with the sword at this point, or shouldn't be, because their power is still pretty low.
More or less. Okay, they got an 18 HP boost for level 10. So that means they'll be a bit more comfortable in their exploration.
So Card has found Cantland, which might be important because he can find the coordinates and might be able to find the armor.
For sure. Does he have enough gold to stay at the inn? Is the question. Because I'm pretty sure he only has like 50 gold. Oh, he has 190. Never mind.
And as far as Xarnax has found coal and is going to search there, but coal is empty.
Nothing.
Interesting.
So if
go ahead.
If people are curious as to what that means that the token is in a treasure chest.
And that also means that Card has found the correct location as to where he has coordinates to look and find where it might be either the flute or the armor. He has a 50-50 chance. As far as Xarnax has not a clue where to go at this point.
And someone just makes the interesting comment in chat, so the golem in Hawksness could be guarding the fairy flute.
It could, and it's highly likely because it happens more often than not, actually.
That's a 50-50 too. And Xarnax just hit level 11.
There's another interesting fact that Card has not found Hawksness.
Oh.
So that's an advantage to Xarnax at this point, if it does indeed have the armor instead of the flute.
But I don't think they're able to take out golems right now. Because their HP is too low, I think.
Yeah, neither one can kill the golem without the flute.
It would be close, but... Because I think they got another 11 HP, so... They might be able to do it. Unlikely, though.
Yeah, we have Xarnax trying to fight a metal slime.
With sleep, you gotta get pretty lucky and get that excellent move. Otherwise, he's just gonna cast it and get a few turns to run away.
Okay, Xarnax
Yep, go ahead.
Xarnax has found Rimaldar, so now he's going to get the keys.
Ooh, that's big. Ness, I believe, is searching for the square, the coordinates.
Which might also be even bigger, because he already has a key, so he has a huge advantage, even though being down a level.
I'd say it's pretty equal. They both have their pros and cons right now.
True, because Xarnax also has the sword right now, which is going to prove to be big in the next couple of levels.
Let's see what's in Mulder. It's gold. Just reading the chat again. If the golem played the fairy flute himself, would he be able to finish the song before falling asleep? These are the important questions.
Probably not.
It's probably one of those simultaneous things.
And looking at chat, I doubt Golem can pull off the subtle fingering needed to play the fairy flute.
True. God, I love this game.
So Xarnax has now the fighter ring. As far as Card is making great progress exploring the map.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is while Xarnax goes and does his key thing, Ness is going to have some time to kill some enemies and also maybe find the sword. So depending on his success in that endeavor, it's going to determine who's going to be ahead at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I believe that's the mountain cave right there where Card has just found. Or it might not be because he skipped it. So that might be the grave. I'm not sure.
I think so. I think you're right. That's the grave.
But he has found another cave. And what is this?
Let's see. Oh? Oh, he's ignoring it.
So he's probably been in that cave already for him to exit as fast as he did.
And there's another cave. Like I
As
said,
far
this
as
is
But
this is a very friendly seed, I must admit.
yeah, and we have Xarnax getting the coordinates now, so he's actually catching up quite fast to the progress that Card has made ahead. Now Card is in coal, and he's going to find that there's actually nothing there.
I remember if I see nothing at coal, I always search twice, because there was one race where I accidentally hit take on the square instead of search, and it said, "There's nothing here."
Yeah,
And I didn't even think twice about it.
That's exactly what Card just did. He just double checked just to make sure.
I think he's done that too.
It's quite possible because it happens to everybody.
And if you make that mistake, it just kills your run because you never go back there.
Right, you think, oh, there's nothing there, and then it's exactly where you have to be.
Yep.
So Card has catched up in level. He's now level 11 with a 14 HP increase. They're about 100 EXP away from each other, which is really nothing. That's just one monster.
Yeah. There's Xarnax counting his coordinates.
And the coordinates was the token.
Oh, wait, really?
It was. That's pretty sure that's what it was.
Because if there's nothing at a spot, it means the token is in a chest, I thought. It must have been the armor.
It must have. We're gonna have to wait and see. I saw
Yeah.
Edric something, so and you're right. If there was an empty spot, then you're absolutely correct. Then if it was an empty spot, which it was, then it has to be in a chest. So that was in fact the armor.
Yeah.
So Xarnax
And Meowth
does
confirms.
Check confirming that was the armor. I will mark it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, by process of elimination, it had to be the armor anyway.
Yeah. We are smart.
Sometimes. So Cardinality going for the golem, thinking that the armor is in Hawksness.
Yeah. So that means the golem is guarding the fairy flute.
Yay, chat! The golem shall protect the item to kill the golem.
I think these strong enough, honestly. Their defense is so rock solid, you could hit, heal more, hit, heal more, hit, heal more. I guess he doesn't have the sword, so his attack power isn't very high.
Well, he is using only a broadsword. He has not got the flame
Yeah.
sword or anything like that, so his attack power is pretty low. And
So
he
just-
didn't have... Yeah, okay. And he didn't have very much MP as well. You couldn't cast that many heal more, so that's probably why you didn't even try.
Yeah, and judging by the stats, that's a difference of 20 attack power between the broadsword and Edric's sword.
Which makes a huge difference.
That's a difference of your damage range goes up by 10 effectively. Oh, there's Sharlock.
Alright, so looking at chat, where it said Card has not found the coordinates because he found coal, but in fact, Xarnax did find coal before Card did.
Yeah.
So Xarnax is at a huge advantage right now because he has everything he needs pretty much besides the token, while Card is still searching for the armor and the sword.
So it's very possible that the token maybe is in Edric's cave or the tablet cave. So I'm trying to think what chests haven't been searched yet, and there aren't many. It could be in that or one of the shrine caves.
Well, they haven't found the what's that cave I like to call the harp cave, and they haven't found the tablet cave. So
Yeah, it won't. It's in probably in one of those two. One of those one chest caves.
quite possibly, because most times than not, that's really what happens.
I'm just trying to do some math. Yeah, they've checked about 22 chests between the two of them, I think.
I had to refresh my streams because they tried to crash. But it looks like it looks like Xarnax is now in the grave.
Yeah. And he just gets level 12. And that is a terrible level.
Well, he gets a spell, so who knows
Yeah.
what that spell might be.
Maybe it's Radiant, I don't know. I don't know if they have it yet, but it's probably something insignificant.
So there's about a 400 EXP difference between the two right now, maybe about 300. Because
That's still
Carl
pretty
gets
low.
stuff. Right. Car's still doing quite a bit of exploration.
Yeah, I remember Xarnax taking this exact route. And I believe that's what led him to the mountain cave. Oh, that's interesting.
Car found a dead end,
He may have
already-
to waste some herbs.
which he did. Very interesting. So Carter has found Charlotte when Xarnax has found already.
Yep.
So at this point, Xarnax has a major, huge advantage because there's so much more that Carter needs to find compared to what Xarnax has already found and what he's looking for.
It's really just the mountain cave, I think. That's the only difference. But it's a big difference.
Right, because Carter needs to find the mountain cave to find the sword, at least, while as far as Xarnax needs to find one of the last two chests to find the staff.
Yeah.
And then he's way ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. Xarnax is going to waste some time going through the grave because these two chests have nothing. From what I recall.
He is, but then again, Card has still not found the coordinates. He hasn't searched for those, so he doesn't have the armor yet as well.
He's pretty good at that, though, so it shouldn't take him more than a minute. And he's hitting return, so maybe he's doing that now.
It looks like that. It looks like he's counting as we speak. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to get the armor right now. And Xarnax is finding the bottom chest of the grave.
Golems have hurt more.
Wolves have hurt more?
Golems have hurt more.
The wolf?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I was up in the chat. I'm sorry. Which
Okay.
one have hurt more?
The golem.
Oh. So
Which
that's
actually-
yeah,
that's good.
actually pretty, yeah, that's pretty good because if you can stop spell them, they're gonna cast that Hormor at least 7 out of 10 times. So they're
is that
not
what
gonna
it
attack
is?
very much. Well, I found from personal experience when they have an attack spell like that, hurt or Hormor or stop spell, they're gonna cast that more often than attacking, and it's usually around 7 out of 10 times they're gonna cast a spell.
Yeah.
So if you stop spell them at that point, they're pretty much easy kill because they're always gonna cast and you're just gonna chip away at them.
From what I heard, it can either be 25, 50, or 75%. So you're probably used to the 75%. That's about your 7 out of 10 that you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. More often than not, they cast it than attacking. which is always a plus.
And if you
my
check
turn-
McGrew in the chat, he's gonna tell you what's up.
Yeah, he's gonna disagree. But from my personal experience, that is what it is. So when I know they have spells like that, I'm pretty happy to see that. And looking at it, card has found the armor.
Correct.
So we can update that.
And is this the mountain cave? I forget. I think so.
So card
Nope.
is
Tablet cave.
Tablet Cave, which is one of the caves that wasn't found, I believe.
So this one could have the token in it.
And Xarnax, it could. And Xarnax, I have no idea where he's at right now.
Well, he's fighting a golem, so maybe he's in Hawksness. Or was. He died, we'll never know.
And the token is in the Tablet Cave, so now the advantage is back to card because he does know where the Jerk Cave is.
Well, yeah, they're both missing one thing, right? So I'd say they're pretty much equal.
Not anymore. Card has the advantage. Card has everything that he needs now.
Doesn't have the sword, does he?
He did. No. Okay, I thought he got the sword just now.
Nope.
So, okay, he's missing the mountain cave. So, what it boils down to is Card's missing the mountain cave, and Xarnax is missing the tablet cave.
Correct. And maybe it's this one right here.
It looks like it might be. And it is. So, Xarnax keeping his lead, barely. This is an extremely close race.
Wait, I thought Xarnax has been in the mountain cave already. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Actually, yeah, that was the mountain cave. I thought he was in the tablet cave, so that's a mistake on my part. So he's already been in here, so he's searching for nothing right now. He's just double checking. He probably forgot that he was actually in here.
Yeah, I'm confused.
As far as Card has found the mountain cave, and now he's going to find the sword.
And it's this one right here, I believe.
Yep, he's found the sword. Quickly casting it outside because he now knows there's nothing else he needs. So I assume he's going straight to the drop cave. They're going straight to Charlotte to grind.
I'm just going to do a quick little refresh because I may be a few seconds behind.
Yep, Card has getting the drop right now. Checking the stats.
Now it's just Grind City, hey?
It is Grind City. So we're going to find out where Card has decided he wants to grind at.
I might do Charlock if it were me. See what's in there. Because they've got a fair amount of MP. You got 75. And you're not very strong, so you're not going to beat golems.
Right, but thinking that golems does have the spells right now, they're probably the better option at this point.
Do they have stop spell?
They have hurt more stuff, so if he has stop spell, so if he casts a stop spell, which only costs 2 MP, he can grind on them fairly well for quite a long time.
But do we know if we actually have stop spell? I don't think we do.
I didn't get to see. He just cast spells, and I didn't get to see it fast enough.
I don't think we do.
Interesting. So, but he is going to Charlotte, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah. And I don't think Ness ever actually saw a golem cast hurt more. So maybe he doesn't even know.
Yeah, he does not know.
Yeah,
and they do not. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, going to Charlock is very, very rarely a really bad decision. Sometimes there are better ones, but usually it's never a bad idea.
It's generally the best way to go because just guaranteed that they're strong monsters. You're going to fight all the top tier monsters. You're going to get all the top tier experience. And you're going to see what the end game, what you're going to have to face going down. It's always a good idea to at least go down to the bottom and see what you're facing.
For sure. And since their agility and defense is so high, that's gonna make it not so bad. Ooh, excellent move on a red dragon for 54.
My stream has just crashed again on multi-twitch.
Let's see. Ooh, and red dragon has heal, and Ness looks for stop spell and does not find it. So it's gonna be tough to get them. They have hurt too, so once they learn stop spell, that's the thing you want to fight.
Exactly. Once they get stop spell, the red dragons are going to be a lot better killed because they have a lot less HP than the golems.
I wonder how long Ness is gonna keep this up for. He's doing 15, and then the red dragon casts heal, so it's kind of a never-ending battle here. Yeah, and stone men aren't very good enemies right now either because our attack power is so low. They're okay, but if they're all stone men, then that kind of sucks. Like right now, you kind of want green dragons and star wyverns and axe knights, and possibly armored knights. Those are kind of what you want to see right now. And here you're seeing a showcase of Ness's skill as he navigates the cave in the dark. Of course, he knows this from doing his any percent runs, where he has to do this.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
nice
still trying
little
to get.
advantage.
I'm still trying to get my multi-twitch up, so give me 1 second.
Sure. Xarnax still ahead by about 600 experience, but he is still missing the token. So that's gonna hurt him at the end of the day. He doesn't find it soon.
Definitely, missing the token is going to cost him a lot later on as Card starts to grind and just build on that EXP.
Yeah, 'cause from what I see, Ness is probably getting about between 150 and 200 experience a minute here. So every minute that Xarnax can't find it, it's going to cost him about that much experience. Provided he doesn't kill anything.
Right, and that adds up. But that's how Card won his last match, as he continued to grind, and as far as the other person was trying to explore and figure out what to do, and Card just stuck with his guns and grinded, and that ultimately led to the win.
DH Strawman Kratz in chat says, this is anyone's game, but it will probably be NESCardinality or Xarnax. And I say I have the best chance. Okay. So Xarnax is giving the golem another shot. Curious as to his logic behind that. He should really be exploring right now. But we'll see how it pays off. Like, a really important part of these randomizer runs is figuring out what it's in your best interest to be doing. And right now for Xarnax, he needs to find the token. And maybe he forgot. Like, I'm perplexed by his decision to go back in the mountain cave, and that makes me think that he might think he's found everything already, and that's obviously not the case. Sometimes you forget about that lowly tablet cave.
Right, I think at this point what Xarnax is probably thinking is that he's starting to fall behind and he wants to grind to the end game level, maybe.
Still gotta search for it.
Which changed my opinion because he's just now leaving, so he's not grinding. So I think he just wanted to pick up the fairy flute real fast, expecting that the mini boss in Charlotte is probably going to be a golem. So he
Sure.
probably wants to be prepared for that. As far as now, he's going to continue to look for the token.
And so NESCardinality, on the other hand, is off to try and presumably find what the mini boss is in Charlock. Because with their defense being as high as it is, it's 92 for both of them. They can, let's see, what can they defense break right now? Let me get my spreadsheet open.
They can defense break anything under the blue dragon. They're just under defense breaking the blue dragon.
But I don't think anything there can be in the mini boss spot.
Well, Axe Knights are defense broken right now.
Okay. They will be defense broken with 2 more defense power. They have 94.
Right. Then they're right on the verge of breaking the blue dragons as well.
Yeah, blue dragons have 98 strength, so when their defense power is 98 or more, then the blue dragon does far less damage to you.
At least half damage from what it normally does.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a strange equation. Basically, it's their damage goes between 0 and strength plus 4, all divided by 6. So in the case of a blue dragon, it would be about 0 to 16 or 0 to 17, something like that, which is a far cry from what they normally do.
Yeah, because they normally do anywhere from 20 to 28, depending. They have all the in-game gear and what their defense is at this point.
Even up to like high 30s sometime, but
right. So simply saying, for anybody that doesn't know the exact math, pretty much once they defense break the blue dragons, their damage is considered to be about halved.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the mini boss is a stone man.
Ooh, gross.
Well, 2 EMP with a sleep spell should end that very well when they get their strength up. 3 or 4 hits, and that should be easy.
But the thing is, they have lots of HP, and they're not very strong. So they're just time-consuming, I guess, is the thing. They're safe, but they're time-consuming.
It's looking like they're probably going to get to my expectations. They're probably going to get to about level 16, maybe 17 to get the strength up to par where it needs to be before they decide to fight the boss.
Yeah, and in NESCardinality's last race, they had to go up to 20. And I'm sure he does not want to see that again, and I don't want to either.
That was an insane race.
Empty Eye, meanwhile, was just practically orgasming in his chair, but for the rest of us, it wasn't so good.
Xarnax still has the level advantage. He's still at the disadvantage because he has not still found the token.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as there are good enemies for him to fight along the way, that's going to mitigate the damage that not finding that cave is doing. If that makes sense.
Right, it's gonna pay. Oh, well, he's found the cave, so now he's going right now. So he's actually made some progress.
Ooh. Is this it? Right.
That
It is, so... And I think the jerk cave is right next door, too, so... It'll be close. They're neck and neck. So it's going to take him about, I don't know, 30 seconds to go through this cave, so Ness will pull a bit closer in experience.
Now it's a grind fest.
Yep.
We're going to find out where each player decides to grind because Xarnax doesn't know about the Golem and Oxness. So we're going to see. This is ultimately what's going to make the difference right here, where they decide to grind and how lucky they get killing the monsters.
And one of the things that makes NESCardinality so good is he's very good at finding the optimal place to grind. And especially if it's a long grind, those small differences will add up. So it remains to be seen where the two guys will end up doing their grinding.
Right. Guard is very good at making decisions on the spot. He's very fast at analyzing the situation and figuring out exactly what he needs to be doing at that exact time. So when Guard is behind at any moment, he's very fast at figuring out what he needs to do to adjust that situation. He ends up in the long run pulling ahead because he's always adjusting what he needs to be doing at that time.
Agree, strongly agree. Right. So, they're at 107 attack power. Just to give you guys an idea of what we're looking for, their HP is still also very, very low. So, usually you want about 125 to 130 attack power, but if your HP is really low, then that means nothing. Usually you want your hit points to be at least higher than 96, but the higher the better.
Well, the magic number is basically 96. That gives you just enough HP to be able to withstand 2 Dragon Lord breaths.
At max damage, right?
At max damage. Well, given that he doesn't do max damage both times, because if he does it both times, then you're going to die at 96, no matter what, because it's 48.
And I'd like to, hopefully I can explain this well. There's actually kind of a second magic number when it comes to hit points. And it depends on your defense. Because the number that we just suggested, the 97, that is a good number because it basically means you'll never have to heal more twice in a row, usually, right? That's, at the end of the day, what happens. The other thing that is desirable is trying to get double attacks against the Dragon Lord. This is where you get an attack, the Dragon Lord hits you, and you still don't have to heal more, so you get a second one on one heal more. And so that number... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, the double attacks is often rare with lower agility and defense, but their defense is so high, so what they're really counting on is for the Dragon Warrior 2 to actually do physical attacks, which would be a lot lower in the range of 20s and 30s.
And the magic number I'm thinking for HP to get these double attacks, it's usually around about 125. At that point, you're much more likely to get double attacks with this defense power. So the difference between having like 115 and 130 is absolutely massive.
Yeah, with that high HP, really doesn't really matter about your defense level because you're gonna end up getting a double attack no matter what because
usually
he can do usually. So if you're banking, if you have high defense, honestly, the magic number should be around 108, maybe 110.
Yeah.
As far as he can do 48 and maybe like a 20 or 30 attack, and you will still have an extra 50 HP or so left for you to safely do another attack.
Like basically, the extra HP can mean the difference between getting like 2 or even 3 extra attacks before dying, and that's absolutely massive.
That is why the strength HP build is becoming a growing popularity between all the racers because everyone realizes that HP boost can make the difference.
Yeah, it's kind of been. There have been fads. Like it used to be everyone just did strength HP, and then strength agility kind of became in vogue for a while. And now it's kind of leaning back towards strength HP again. I think that's what the majority of people are doing right now.
Right, but for more technical reasons, not for just because of a fad. Everybody's analyzed and realized that strength HP is probably the better option given these races, because it can be the difference from you racing, trying to fight the Dragon Lord at level 14 or trying to fight him at level 15 or 16.
And yeah, the reason why people pick strength agility is because it helps out a lot in the early game and in the mid game when you're trying to run from stuff and you're trying to explore. And it's really hard to quantify that. But in a tournament setting, people just don't want to take the risk of your opponent being able to go a level or two earlier. So they're just, it's the conservative play, we'll say.
Right. I mean, that makes all the difference, because it can take anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes to actually gain that.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time wasted compared to your opponent.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Let's take a look in on their experience. NESCardinality has pulled ahead by 700 experience. So he has been finding the right place to grind.
Well, he's never left Charlotte. That's that has been the ultimate place. But Xarnax is in Charlotte as well, so that really boils down to Xarnax just finding the token a little late, and it might be a little bit too late at this point. It depends on the monsters that they actually fight from here on out.
And a huge mistake by Xarnax dying to a red dragon, so he has to make the walk back, and that's just going to widen the gap between the two.
Well, not very much, because NES only has 10 MP. He's going to be doing a death warp pretty soon as well.
Maybe.
So I still think it's going to be pretty close.
Depends how close Charlock is, right? And I guess it looks like it's pretty close. Deaths are costly in grinding. In some circumstances.
Looking at chat is pretty funny. They say Xarnax has been fighting the dragon for about 30 minutes.
Sounds about right. It's got heal though, right? So heal, hurt, heal, hurt, heal, heal, heal. And he's had enough of that and is going back to fight a golem. And
Yeah, so
I don't agree.
Yeah, I totally don't agree right now. Xarnax going to... That's total bad play right now.
Well, we'll have to see.
Especially using the fairy foot.
Yeah.
Which
8 seconds.
Yeah.
Every time.
Those 8 seconds are going to add up really fast, and he's going to start falling further and further away.
We'll have to see. I'm going to try and keep track of it. I'm going to try and figure out how long their fights are taking. Because, of course, the benefit to fighting in Hawksness is you get a guaranteed encounter every square, so you don't have to keep walking around. But if the enemy takes too long, it's not worth it.
Well, figuring that when you're walking on a regular occasional step, you're going to get an encounter about every 20 seconds or so. So those 20 seconds or so compared to Hawksness when you're fighting every second, but you're wasting 8 seconds per fairy float, depending if the golem wakes up fast enough or not. So it could be 8 seconds to 16 seconds. It could even be 24 seconds per
You
match.
are getting... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it could be even 24 seconds just casting a float, not to mention you have to attack and heal or whatever. So I'm thinking that it's actually a worse idea to be casting fairy float at this point in the game.
And you are getting that 255 experience. It's a strong lure, I must admit.
It is, but with Xarnax dying...
Yep. Dying with 73 MP is just inexcusable.
At this point in the game, that had to have been a mistake. He probably went for a risky gamble and didn't pay off.
Yeah, because those golems have a lot of HP, and you think I've done 120, I'm going to guarantee to get them, but nope, that's not the case. And a case where he tries to save about 4 seconds probably costs him about a minute.
Right, and we have Card going. At this point, I'm pretty sure Card is thinking he's going to dive down to the bottom, grind on the mini-boss down there to the next level or two, and he's probably going to try to fight the boss right away.
And the mini-boss was a stone man, right, from what I recall?
It was.
So he might try and grind on his way down and see if he gets the god level and just go fight right away.
Right, I can see Card trying to minimize magic use as much as possible right now.
But as I say that, he casts a heal more, so I think they're only at 65 strength, so they need about 20, 25 more to go, so probably not getting that.
Right. So at that point, yeah, he's probably just going down to grinds.
Commentating, it's harder than it seems, guys.
It really is, because trying to find that magic time to let everybody to let the other person talk and then comment as well. It's a struggle, guys. We're learning. We're getting it.
Yeah. So Xarnax is now grinding on the overworld and a desert area that has armored knights. So depending on how often he finds them, and if it's often, this could be the best grinding spot, honestly.
It could, because they have weak attacks and they do have weak spells, from what I remember.
Yep.
And then 2 hurt mores, plus he's pretty close to a town as well, I believe. So that might be the optimal spot right now.
Yeah. So if it takes about 20 seconds to kill him, you're getting 3 a minute. That's 540 experience. And that's way better than what they're doing in Sharlock.
Yeah, if he continues to do that, he will actually catch up pretty fast. And this is going to be a race to the boss. Who's going to kill them first? I know Card likes to take risks. He's going to try to kill the boss as soon as he feels like he has a decent chance.
Yeah, he's very good at judging that. We've been talking a lot about the various strategies and all the math associated with it, and he has a strong grasp on it.
Yeah, Card has a strong grasp on the math, and he's willing to go when he has a coin flip. If he has about a 60% chance to kill the boss, he's going to go and take that risk.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's interesting. I'm curious, because so we're about an hour and a minute into the race now, and they're at level 15. I'm curious to what's going through these two guys' minds, because I feel like Ness probably thinks he's doing all right, and Xarnax may feel like he's behind for the time he had to search for the tablet cave. So it's interesting how that will affect their decision making on when they go and fight the Dragon Lord.
That is a very interesting comment, because I'm thinking the same thing. But we're going to see, because Xarnax seems to be getting very good encounters, so he's catching up really fast.
Yeah, let's take a look at the difference. It's about
right
1,400.
Right. So in about 5 minutes or so, they should be about equal in experience.
I wouldn't go that far, but it should be a little closer.
Depending on what the next level is. Because if the next level is the God level, then it doesn't really make a difference.
And as we speak, Xarnax decides to head back to Garenham. Stopping at the inn, I presume. With 43 MP.
And Card, with this last fight right here, should get the next level. So we're going to see the next level is going to be right now.
Next level is at 9725, so he needs one more after this one. Unless you're ahead of me.
I thought it was 95 something. Little off. My fault on that.
Close enough.
So level down with this wizard.
Nope, he's still going to be a little bit off. He'll be at 9712. He's going to be 13 short.
Oh, man.
Math is hard, dude.
Not really, when you actually take the time to do it correctly. My estimation math is bad.
I'll say this, NESCardinality and I both have degrees in math, so this is kind of our thing.
So
let's see.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. 11 defense.
Definitely needs another level.
So, and they're still only at 84 HP. That's... there might be a scenario where they're going to have to take a risk. And that will probably favor Ness, but...
Definitely. Their MP is at 112, so the MP is really not enough for them to take that risk right now, because they don't have enough hurt mores to cover the deficit.
Yeah.
So whichever one, if they get more, either a lot of power fast or a lot of HP or MP is going to make the difference on what their next level is going to look like.
Yeah, right now HP is the big gatekeeper. Their damage range against the Dragon Lord at 118 attack power is 4 to 9. So you need probably about 20 attacks, and they have about 14 heal mores. So not
And they
quite
get
there
about,
yet.
yeah, they get about one, maybe 1.5 attacks per heal more. Which
Not even.
gives us, yeah, given at their HP, they're gonna have to heal right away anyway. So 14 heal more, 12 heal more maybe.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. They need another level, maybe 2 or 3 levels.
But it's approaching critical mass.
So I just want to make a note here that this is looking like one of Card's favorite kind of seeds when you have to actually grind to the later levels. Card tends to thrive in those kind of seeds.
He likes the seeds like in Magrew's race where you don't kill an enemy for like half an hour.
Right. He likes those super hard seeds, and he's like those super long where you have to level late into the game to level 20 or whatever. He tends to do very well because he likes to find the good grind spots, and he just tends to pull away at that point.
Yeah. He likes to solve the puzzles. The harder the seed, the more he feels like that plays to his advantage. But Xarnax is no slouch too. He's the number 10 seed. And anyone in the top 13 to top 16, they're all excellent players.
Right, I agree. They're both very good players. I haven't watched a lot of Xarnax play, but I know pretty much how Card thinks at this point. I've studied him play, and I watched him play a lot. And he's very good at making quick decisions, and he likes those hard strategy puzzles, like you said. And he's very fast at solving those puzzles, so right now he's probably pretty comfortable where he's at.
Yeah. If the right or the wrong level up comes in, I can see him really stressing a bit about whether he should fight the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, we're gonna see that come to play if he opens his stat menu for a little too long and starts studying. We'll know at that point.
That means he's crunching numbers in his head.
Exactly.
And so now they have stop spells, so this is a perfect target for the Red Dragon, so they're hoping Ness is actually grinding in the desert to try and find them. And that's a very wise decision on his part.
So they had to wait to the very last possible level to get stop spell, which is pretty crazy. I blame McGrew.
Classic McGrew.
I'm over here, I'm overlooking chat, see what's going on in chat. That's like everyone is also amazed at the super high agility and
Yep. So let's see, yeah. Ness is grinding on red dragons in the bottom floor, and Xarnax is grinding on red dragons in the top floor.
yeah, card cast return to get to the exit. So he's probably gonna take a quick couple battles and maybe try to death warp or maybe try to find a town. I'm not a town in between Charlock and here, so he's probably gonna take a death warp.
Yeah. Oh, and he survives with 4 HP.
Casting Hilmore, so we're still going to see what's going on.
Yeah, he's got heal more and enough to cast 1 repel to try and find a nearby town. And Xarnax is just healed up, and he is walking back into Charlock, I believe.
And it looks like Cardinelli is walking, and there is a town closer, looks like, while he tries to take down a wyvern. Okay, so the town is Kentland, so the Kentland seems to be close enough to Charlotte.
So Ness is about 314 experience from the next level, which is at 12,000. And Xarnax is at about 9,800, so there's about 1,800 divide. So Ness is just slightly increasing his advantage. That's gonna decrease a little bit while he's walking back to Sharlock, but that's about a 1 level difference right there.
It is, and that's pretty much Card's specialty at this point. He slowly inches his way further and further. He comes later on. The later the match gets, the bigger the lead is going to get with him because steadily, slowly, always growing further away.
So yeah, if any of you in the tournament are watching this, or people who like Randomizer, take note. That's one of the best ways to improve your Randomizer times is figure out how to grind, because that is a distinct part of the game. And if you can figure that out, you'll save yourself like 5-10 minutes or more each run.
The grind is definitely the second most important thing you have to do in the game. Very close to finding the actual items. So you need to spend equal time, if not more time, grinding within the two.
Obviously, the dream is to do both at once. Grind while you explore.
That is the dream, but most of the time that's never the case. While you're exploring, most of the time you're most likely running, trying to gain as much ground as you can.
Oh my goodness. Next level for NESCardinality with 2 strength and no HP. MTI loves it.
Wow, that is a guaranteed level 18 at least.
Yup.
So we're going to see how Card pulls away from here as well. And let's see how Xarnax is able to come ahead. Let's see if Xarnax tries to.
Yeah, and part of it's RNG too. Like, Xarnax is
getting
getting a few red dragons, right?
Right. It all comes down to the encounters as well. The experience they get, because if they get, like, say, a lot of werewolves compared to red dragons, that's going to play a huge role in the grind.
Curious. We're about at the strength where I would consider going and trying to take out those golems, but I'm not sure. Consider it. The low HP is what the real gatekeeper is. So yeah, it's really tough. There's no place I feel comfortable grinding.
Right. We have chat talking about possible level 20 and then level 30 race hype.
Yeah.
And then we have Meowth saying level 17 strats go, so he's asking Xarnax to try to beat the Dragon Lord at level 17.
So let me take a look. I've got a little simulator that I like to use. I want to see what it says about this. It's not 100% accurate, but I'll put in their stats. So they've got 120 attack power, 104 defense power, 84 HP, 121 MP. And it's saying it's pretty darn low shot.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's in the low, under 5% at this point.
My simulator has some flaws too. It doesn't like to take risks, so whenever you're below 48, it will cast heal more, which obviously is not feasible in this situation.
Right, in this situation, you're gonna have to take risks. If you're gonna have to take that extra attack. You're gonna have to take all the risks you can to be able to get the advantage if they decide to go at that level.
I will say though, if they had 91 HP, I would start to consider it. I'm not sure what I would do, but I would consider it.
So the irony of the situation right now is that they're on strength HP build and they don't have HP.
And they have defense, which is hilarious.
Right. They have all the agility, but they don't get the HP. So there was like,
McGrew, what did you do?
did you switch HP Strength HP to strength agility. What's going on?
Oh, I look forward to talking to these guys about it because usually they get quite amused with these sorts of quirks. That's one of the things that we like about Randomizer.
Because you really never know. You never know. Even though you have a starting build or you think that your build is going to make the difference at the end of the day, it might be total opposite of what we're seeing now. They have strength HP. They was expecting to get a lot of HP, and they don't have no HP.
And so the gap is now about 1,200 in experience after Ness kills this last enemy. So Xarnax with a lot of red dragons is starting to pull closer. And there's that RNG that I've been talking about.
Which makes all the difference.
Usually over time that will even out, but takes a while. So this is anybody's race right now. It could be the difference between someone deciding to go a level early and taking that risk that takes home the bacon.
And that's usually Card's style. Card usually likes to go as soon as he feels it's possible.
Ooh, excellent move on a red dragon. That's huge.
Super time saver. We have chat talking about... What did I say? I thought chat talking about they might get 40 HP next level. Super god level boost.
Like, the thing that's interesting, like, it's obvious that you can't go because you only have 84 HP. But we should note that we have 120 MP, which is 15 heal mores. So pretty much as soon as HP is good to go, you're good to fight. Like, and if you don't get enough HP, then maybe if you get a lot of strength, you're still good to fight. It's very curious. I'm waiting to see what happens with this next level.
Right, the next level is going to determine everything, because if they get a lot of strength and then they get at least to maybe about 91 HP,
yeah,
they might consider attempting to do it depending on the MP as well. Because if they got maybe 14 heal mores or so, I can see them seriously considering trying to attempt it.
Yeah. The reason you'd consider going at such a low HP is because your defense is so high. That means whenever the Dragon Lord does a physical, he's not going to do very much.
Right, so that's going to give you your double attack that's needed.
And so the next level is coming up right away for NESCardinality. I believe it's at 14,250. So another 164 for him, and he's good. And he has all his MP. He has all his MP. He has been grinding on the way down, and he is hoping to level up here and then try and fight the Dragon Lord straight away. That could prove to be excellent timing on his part.
Yeah, that was probably a strategy that he was actually doing. That's pretty much what he was probably planning on doing. Get the level on the way down, planning on that last level being the level he needs to be able to fight the boss and be able to be right there and tackle the boss and try to save as much time as possible.
And I think I lied. He actually used some MP, but he still has 104, which is a lot. That's 13 heal mores.
So
here's the level.
Power, 22 HP. That is enough. He's going for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, double checking the stats. He's crunching numbers right now. I'm guaranteed he's going for it right now.
Yep. So let's see when we get the numbers in. Yeah. This is. Let's see. I'm going to crunch the numbers now. I'd say it's at least 90%.
Yeah, I'm totally positive he's going for it right now. He's not even going to try to exit and get all of his MP and try to make a full attempt. He's going. Oh. He just cast outside.
Oh, really?
Wow, so he's going to get his MP back. He's going at full MP. He's decided that he wants to get the maximum attempt he can. So he's definitely going for it.
Yeah, he must not have liked his damage range. That may be the right decision.
It may be. Because I'm pretty sure he was pretty good. He was at high odds to actually win at that point. But he's going to make sure that he has the best chance possible when he goes for it.
Yeah. That could very well be.
Meanwhile, Xarnax is still behind in EXP. Coming
But
across
he's
the red
getting his
dragon.
level right away too. He's
Yeah,
one more enemy after this.
coming across the red dragon, but he does have to also return and refill his magic because he has 12 MP.
Yep.
So it's going to come down to RNG on run strats and what happens. This is going to be very close depending on the next couple minutes.
For sure. And both of them get wizards simultaneously. Just thought I would note that. Here's Xarnax being put to the test. Will he make the decision to go fight the Dragon Lord? And yeah, he immediately returns.
So Xarnax does know where he's at. Going to get his MP right away. While we have Carr trying to navigate blind.
Yeah. He has this memorized from the any percent runs.
It's
I'm
pretty
not
crazy to
concerned
see.
about him.
It's crazy to see somebody doing that blind because that's a whole lot to do blind, and you have to know, especially on an emulator, you have so much lag that you can actually miscount your steps. So that's crazy.
He does bonk strats though, I think, where he runs into a wall like.
Right. So I don't have sound up, so we're not too sure, but that is still crazy no matter what. That's impressive.
Doing what, five basements worth of
Right,
dark?
yeah. Right, that's super impressive.
I guess it's really the last two floors are pretty obvious, but the first three are. I'm sure it probably just takes some time, but.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if I studied, maybe a couple hours or something, and just really physically studying it, I can do the same thing. But doing it on the race, that's a whole different story.
The biggest balls I see is when people navigate the tablet cave in the dark, like if they find it at the early game and don't have any torches. Because if you get lost in the tablet cave, there's nothing to kill you.
Right, there's nothing to kill you. You have no outside. You're pretty much done.
Yeah. I've seen a couple people do that. RCT Mid was one of them, and I forget who else it was. I'm not sure if it was JLKJ or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I would not do that, honestly. What I did actually in my last race, I had that option to do that because I found the tablet cave like right away. And I immediately exited. I was like, no way I'm going to do this without a torch. No way. It wastes too much time. Even with the bonking, you're losing maybe a minute or so navigating through the whole cave.
But I bonk with a torch anyway, so it doesn't matter for me.
I do too.
It's Radiant or Bust. So Ness is having a pretty good walk. Of course, with their high defense, they can pretty much run from anything.
Right, so Ness is almost there, so...
Let's see. I think he's probably about a 3-1 favorite here for this fight.
If so happens that Ness has some kind of accident with the Dragon Lord or doesn't get the rolls that he needs, and dies, I can see Xarnax pulling out the upset right here because he's right behind him. It is very close right now.
It's Ness's race to win, and if he doesn't, then Xarnax is going to get a shot.
Interesting.
Yeah, Xarnax is fighting an armored knight. Like, he's presumably scared of not being able to run, but with his agility so high, there's no reason to fight it.
Right, we have chat saying the upside to Dark exploring the tablet cave is that you have no fights to make you lose track of where you are. So you're going to go straight to your bonks and you're going to know exactly where you are. You're not going to lose track of where you are.
NESCardinality gets a helpful stop spell from the Dragon Lord. He's going to try and start DL2 fight with as much HP as possible.
Right, so he's fishing with his herbs right now.
Yeah. You got him, you might as well use him. Ooh. And no, he's not getting any luck.
He decided to say, forget it, and just attack him.
Well, he had no
Did
more
not-
herbs left.
Oh, he did not get back to attack, so that was good.
Yeah, I like his chances. And he just did 11, so that's a very good roll. 11,
So
12 is the top of his range. It's 6 to 12 is his damage range.
So he's at 17.
Yeah.
27.
Look at that juicy 23 physical from the Dragon Lord. Our defense is so high right now.
Alright, we're at 35. So he has very good chances right now.
Yeah.
45. So he's 1/3 of the way around.
Not quite, but getting there.
Kinda. It's right there.
I'm here to keep you honest, John.
I know.
So-
yeah, 44, right?
It looks like they're both going to be fighting the Dragon Lord at the same time.
I think we're at 52.
Oh, and he's heal more. He must feel confident. He just heal more on a 48.
Right? So we're at 58, I believe. MP is getting low. It's getting scary. I think we're at 65.
For the audience, if you decide to not heal more on a 48, the Dragon Lord has a 1 in 8 chance of killing you on the spot.
Right. We're at 76.
And he did not feel comfortable taking that risk.
Right, we're at 83. So he has a pretty good chance. He's about half his MP. It's still going to be extremely close.
He attacked on 47. He took the risk. He's deciding my rolls have been a little low, and he survived.
76. We're at 85, I believe. If I've missed anything.
This is really close, man. If the Dragon Lord has high HP, this may not work.
We're at 94. This is getting scary. Car's probably getting very nervous right now.
And I'll try and keep track of Xarnax while you're doing card, okay?
I got it. Both are fighting the Dragon Lord right now, so we're at 103 for card, I believe.
Okay. Xarnax got a triple
has
attack
one.
to start his fight.
Card has one heal more left with 112.
He has to
So
hurt
I
more
don't-
then.
Yes. Card did not kill the Dragon Lord. Card is done. He has to come back. So this is Xarnax's opportunity to pull out the upset. Oh, no way. Card did kill the Dragon Lord, so this is over. Card has won.
You lost count, you sucker.
I sure did. I thought he died. I thought I saw that. I thought that was death text, and it was death text for the Dragon Lord.
Oh, that was close. It came down to the last one.
Wow, Card did it at the very last second. I think he got a swag Hillmore in. Well, I'm gonna have to replay that the last few minutes because I don't know what happened. I thought he died.
No. He didn't use a hurt more. He just used a heal more.
Wow.
He had 1 MP and 46 HP left, so the Dragon Lord could have killed him on the next attack.
He got very lucky then. Because I thought he was doing a hurt more last attack, and I thought he died, but he actually killed him with the attack. So the final time for Card is 127. That is amazing. That was very close. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to have Card in chat very soon to discuss his thoughts and everything.
Yeah.
And,
And based on what I can see, Xarnax is having a very good fight so far. So,
yeah, Xarnax will be joining us very shortly as well. They're probably going to be here at the same time.
I'm just going to enjoy watching this fight.
That was
Yeah,
crazy close. I don't believe how close that was. That was amazing. Both players did absolutely everything right, and
we've been very fortunate to have some amazing races so far in this tournament. And there we go. Xarnax wins with 2 heal mores to spare. He got some very good RNG in that battle.
right. Xarnax actually had a better fight than Card did.
Not because of skill, but just because of RNG.
And that makes all the difference. If Xarnax was a minute earlier getting to that boss, so if he could did anything to save a minute, that could have been the difference in the match. So he needs to go back and think about how he can save time.
So I believe we have our guest NESCardinality here. How are you doing?
I'm stressed.
No kidding. I was saying if the right level came, or I guess the wrong level, you were going to really be stressing about whether to fight the Dragon Lord. So
Yeah, I planned to fight
our
at
guest
level
NESCardinality
18,
here. How
and
are you doing?
with 13 heal mores, and I did the math, and I struggled over it, and I told myself, no, it's not enough. You gotta go. It was so hard to leave because I could have won, with like a 40% chance or whatever, but those heal mores helped a lot. Obviously, I had a terrible fight, tons of low rolls.
Yeah,
And
I noticed. Let's go ahead.
And only one initial attack as well. So, and then at the very end, I was scared. I was disappointed that I did not attack when at that time I had 48 HP. I made up for that when I had 47. I attacked there, and I was like, yeah, definitely have to do it now.
Yeah, that's something I was just about to ask.
Right, the race was extremely close, all the way through the whole match. Actually, like at one point, one person had the item that the other person needed, and it was very interesting to see how each person went through and tried to catch up.
Yeah, it was kind of like NESCardinality was missing the sword, and Xarnax was missing the token that was in the tablet cave. And the difference was you ended up finding the mountain cave and the sword first, and that kind of led you to an early grind advantage that you maintained throughout.
I found that before what, sorry?
You found the sword before Xarnax found the token.
Oh, so
what was the last thing you got?
it was the token and sword. They were in the tablet cave and mountain cave.
Yeah.
And those were both together. So as soon as I saw them both on the screen, I was pretty much set. I didn't know the sword was in the mountain cave, but I had to check because it was right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Is this Xarnax? Or no? Or is that you, John?
That's me, John.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say I'm stressed because I finished the race. This was like the best I ever played a what we call a god seed. I mean, obviously we started with keys and hurt more and heal more. It was obviously a god seed, very smooth. And I maximized everything. My exploration was great, and I found everything fast. Somehow I knew Xarnax is one of those opponents. He'd be right there with me, and either one of us could have won this race. And when I saw that, I got even more stressed out about how close it was, and the ending against the Dragon Lord was so scary.
Yeah.
So what was the final time difference?
2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Just over 2 minutes.
So the funny thing about that, you mentioned the keys. So the funny thing about that was like both started with keys, and Card, you did the best strategy you can. You maximized the keys, while Xarnax actually forgot that he used the keys, so he got stuck having to try to find Remodar to get extra keys later on, while you had already had your keys and you had already explored a lot of that stuff. But
okay. Well, to be fair, I did make one little but less big mistake. When I went back to Garinham, I only had 1 key left, and I told myself, I can't use it on the door. I've got to wait until I go back and refuel. That was one mistake I made, not refueling my keys after checking the treasury.
Yeah, I made a handful of mistakes, so I had a feeling that I had lost the race on an accumulation of a bunch of little things.
Well, I knew it was going to be close because that seed we had before, where I finished at 15 and you finished at 16, and you were still like a minute behind me. That was crazy. That was like another god seed. So that's why somehow I knew like it would be so close on a seed like this.
Yeah, I'm hoping it was fun to watch. I would think
Absolutely.
lately, when it's that close.
I gotta know, Xarnax, after you found everything, where did you grind?
I was so indecisive. First, I went to Sharlock and realized that it was not good to go there until you have stop spell.
Yeah.
Because the red dragons I couldn't out damage their heals.
Yeah.
Then I tried the golem in Hawksness, and that just wasn't efficient. I ended up going up to some armored knights in a desert patch north of the castle.
I thought about those. Can anyone tell me if Xarnax was ahead in experience before that grind area point?
He was not. He was behind the whole time.
Okay.
Xarnax did not start gaining experience until he went back to Sharlock for the final time, and he got a couple lucky red dragons and started pulling ahead because he got RNG with a lot of red dragons and started killing those and started pulling ahead with that.
Because I was so proud of my grind idea, but apparently it wasn't as good as I thought it was. If Xarnax was that close behind me.
It's yours?
I went down to the
mid. Comment really quick.
Sure.
So just to clarify what happened, over the course of the race, Xarnax was briefly ahead in experience for the first, say, 20 minutes or so.
Yep.
Even a bit longer. And then when the grind started, because you got to start your grind a bit early, you pulled ahead, and you were ahead by almost up to like 2,000 at its peak. But when Xarnax was fighting the red dragons on the first floor of Sharlock, they were there in reasonable frequency. He started pulling, and it was about, when you hit your max level, Ness, he was about 1,200 experience behind you. And it was about 4 minutes until he got the next level, and then you were both in win now mode.
Oh, jeez, and he narrowed the gap even more. It just boggles my mind. Like, Xarnax is so good. This is nothing is ever guaranteed. And
I had some lucky red dragons.
Yeah, I agree.
So I grinded on.
Well, it also helped that the other enemies in there were wizards and stonemen, which you had defense break on both of them.
Yeah, I started to notice that and started to fight the stonemen. I didn't like them at first, but
right.
I grinded on the middle floors of Sharlock where there were no dragons, and there were actually armored knights. I only found like 2 or 3 of them, but they were there. There were also axe knights, wizards. It was a really good place to be.
I probably lost at least a minute trying to run from one armored knight.
Wow, I probably wasted a minute trying to kill the first red dragon. It did not work.
Oh yeah, just when it kept casting heal. I think I got like eight heals in a row. Was my most. It was That was a seed.
That was a seed.
Well, guys, I just want to say that it was an amazing race. And you guys both did very well. You both did the best you guys could ever do. You both played the best seed possible. And
I really do feel that way about myself. I really feel that way about how I play.
Yeah. And honestly, still being in the race, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's scary having to eventually maybe have to face one of you guys later on. Because that means I got a whole lot of work to do.
Well, if there are no more upsets in the bottom bracket, I get to go from facing the number 2 seed to facing the number 1 seed. Is my next.
Oh man. Well, so, if you play like this, like you did today, you have every reason to expect to be equal to whoever you face down there.
I always have a chance. I know that.
Yeah.
So I got a quick comment to make. So how about that strength HP build you guys had going on there? 84 HP and like 100 defense power.
I was really hoping that he had just decided to go for strength agility.
I don't think I ever will again. I think I'm set. I'm so glad I ran into those 6 seeds before the tournament where strength HP was the better choice. That was just a miracle. That saved my tournament.
Man, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever go back. It was fun getting all those huge HP levels and going, oh, I'm so glad I'm on agility build. But those ran out, and now I want strength HP for life.
Right. Yeah, I think it was level 8. We had like 77 agility in this seed. It was insane.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't check at the end, but I assume we were at like 110 defense power or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it was 109 agility.
104 defense.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I had several. I actually gambled twice on the Dragon Lord when I probably didn't need to. And was able to. I think I got like 3 attacks in twice.
Yeah.
How many heal mores did you have left?
2.
I had 0. I got so many low rolls. It was terrifying.
Yeah. Xarnax had a very much better Dragon Warrior 2 fight than you did, Guard, and that is very crazy because it boiled down to like 2 minutes of. It boiled down to basically whoever had the better dive. If somebody had a very bad dive, that could have made the difference.
Man,
Yeah,
I had first 2 floors. My encounter rate was insane.
I had a lot on the last floor, and I gambled once against the Dragon Lord, and if he had any more HP, I would have had to survive an attack with 46 HP left.
Oh wow!
So, question: how much HP did the Dragon Lord have? Like, what was your max that you did, Ness?
Oh,
I want to say it was like 155 or less.
I think I did 157, so that certainly is valid.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
I don't remember exactly.
I know when I said when I was counting, I said one of the next 3 hits will kill him, and it was the first one.
Right, and I have to apologize to Card because at the end of your Dragon Lord fight, I honestly thought that you was losing, so I thought you was trying to do a swag hurt more. you actually did your last heal more and attack, and I thought you was dead. I thought you died. I thought I saw dead text, and then you had actually killed him. Like, wait a minute, what? He's winning. He won. Yeah, it was crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
And I was watching Xarnax's fight. Like, so you're both fighting the Dragon Lord at the same time, so we're each taking one person to count. And I heard John say, "Oh, he's about to die," and I'm like, "Oh man, this is crazy." And then all of a sudden you won. I was like, "Oh, come on, man."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best way to finish a race. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely super. That was super confusion, and it was crazy because I swore I thought you had went for the swag hurt more. It was like in game hurt more. Let's see if I can get it.
You know, when we were doing the opening commentary, Sparkover picked a random name they asked us, who are you predicting to win the tournament? Sparkover took a random number generator to pick a person in the bracket, and her pick was Xarnax. And let me tell you, after this game, I am ready to predict that Xarnax will win, steamroll straight through the other bracket, and who knows?
Yeah, no, definitely. Even in the regular races, every time Xarnax is in a race, he always finishes on the podium. He's always up there. He's definitely a fast player and a dangerous player to race against. So beware anybody that's down there. That's why I'm very nervous because I'm down there, and eventually I might have to face him.
Yeah, he's also finished ahead of me 3 times that I remember, and all 3 times they were first place in a big race. Epic races.
Anybody down for a race after this?
Oh man, I would. I've got to work in the morning.
Oh shoot, I have to work in the morning too.
Yeah, me too. I gotta be up in like 6 hours.
Yeah, same here.
I can't race this game. This game takes too long. But I am preparing for the Zelda 2 randomizer tournament that I've signed up for. So I will probably try to race that and practice for that as well.
That's even longer.
I just like to bring up something really quick, and it's not necessarily relating to Dragon Warrior, but it's a feature Twitch just came out with called Auto Host, and I know some of us here do it already, but I figured I'd mention it for the audience.
Yeah, I think you've hosted me about 5 times today.
Oh, is
Is
that
it
what
annoying?
that is? I thought that was a glitch. I'm like, oh, why are you hosting me? You should host J-Lo. I noticed that like before the race started, people were hosting me, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah,
That's
you might have to
interesting.
get rid of the alert when someone hosts you.
Oh, I turned off alerts for races.
Nice.
We got chat saying that work sucks and 02 randomizer from Cam85, and I totally agree.
Wait, what? Zelda 2 randomizer what?
I'm gonna load up chat.
Sure.
Ugh.
Yeah, my chat was sending out, but I saw that Cam85 was saying work sucks. And I totally agree.
Wait, what? Zelda 2 randomizer what?
I'm gonna load up chat.
Sorry, somebody's got double audio coming through.
Yeah, I can't make out.
My chat was sending out, but I saw that Cam85 was saying work sucks. And I totally agree. Yeah, mentioning.
Sorry, somebody's got double audio coming through.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
make out.
my chat was sending out, but I saw that Cam85 was saying work sucks. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. There you go, card.
Who's doing that?
NESCardinality, great at Dragon Warrior, terrible at tech support.
All that math for nothing.
2 times audio is twice as good, right?
Always, right? So, speaking, card, I was definitely sure that I knew that you was going to try to tackle the boss as soon as you felt that it was necessary. I knew as soon as you thought you had a 60% chance at least, you was going to go for it. How did you feel when you figured out that you had a chance? Because I did notice that you went and you returned and refilled your MP because at that point you knew you was going for the
22
boss.
MP.
It stung because I had that plan and I saved 13 heal mores and it was so close to being something that I thought I should try.
Yeah, I thought about that. The HP was so far away. It didn't seem likely.
Xarnax, what we're referring to is when NESCardinality got level 18, he did it while grinding through Sharlock, and so
That's
he
what I
actually got it
figured.
on the bottom floor.
By the basement floor, but then I thought about fighting my way down to the bottom, but I knew I was gonna have to refill MP,
Mhm.
or either that or like I also felt like there was a very, very low chance that the next level would be significant enough that I didn't need to refill MP. I guess that's what I should say.
You needed
Just because the HP was so low, every heal more was very important.
I was very intrigued because this was obviously a kind of a weird seed stat-wise, so I was interested to see like what difference having that high defense might have had. Like it's a situation where if the stats were right, you could go at like 93 or 94 HP.
Oh, I would have.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw when I hit, what was it, 17? Like, I left Shylock, cast return, refilled my magic, because I was planning on plunging down to the basement. And then as soon as I was halfway back to the Shylock, I was like, oh, I still only have 84 HP. This isn't going to work.
Yeah, 17 was a really good MDI level.
Yeah.
I'll say straight up, at level 18, I would have gone with 93 HP.
Yeah.
At level 18, I just had such a. I wouldn't let that sway me. Xarnax had a much better fight, a much better representation of what should have happened.
So I don't have anything else to add from this fantastic race. How about anybody else?
I look forward
I have
to
one
something.
Go ahead, John.
I have one thing to add. Early on in the match, NES card, we knew that Spark Cover was not able to watch the match right away, but she was on her way home or whatever, and he had found the cursed belt. So we went ahead and gave her a shout out and a double woohoo because we
Cool.
know that's her favorite item.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys expected that to be like a super serious question.
Oh, now we're done. We're ending the commentary, so we're just messing around
Yeah.
at this point.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to talk to all of you. I really enjoy it.
Well, I'm glad you have so much time, Mr. Holmes, after your busy week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is like the one. I don't know. Did anyone watch the race? I'm trying to remember who it was. I think Cantlin and Cole were like basically one screen plus a tile apart.
All right. Yeah.
Somebody like just came from the wrong direction and missed it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to me with the tablet cave.
Yep.
I spent a good 5 to 10 minutes combing the coast and then started walking back and forth in the middle of the map looking for that thing.
Oh, wow.
Race you're thinking of is Eunice and McGrew where that happened.
Yes. If I had come across that in my initial exploration, I think I would have had at least 5 minutes off that run.
Oh.
Right. And that's probably what have made the difference because I was saying early on that you should rewatch this match and think about places where you could have saved time because you were so close. Any little thing could have made the difference at this point.
Yep. Did you, Cardinality, did you get the Silver Shield and Magic Armor ASAP?
Yes, I did. And I also said to myself, don't get the flame sword, just don't bother.
I actually already had Edric Sword by the time I managed to gold grind.
Okay. I bought a broadsword with the initial gold, and I remember how little difference the flame sword makes, and I had hurt more, so I said, don't do it.
Yeah, I died before I found Garenham. Yeah, so I found the mountain cave first and went up and like found that patch of armored knights. So by the time I got Garenham, I think I had about 900 gold. So I bought a dragon scale, then went to the shop hoping they had a large shield. Saw what they did have, and decided I'm just gonna set up a gold grind.
Yeah. I went a very similar path, but I was just a little east from there. I found the swamp caves, and I decided to go through and started making a second map from the other end, not knowing where I was. They were so close together; it was hilarious.
Right? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the commentary.
Yeah, me
awesome.
Too.
So
I might do that tonight, actually.
So if that's that, then I'd like to thank John again for helping me with the commentary, and obviously Ness and Xarnax for a fantastic race. The audience, if you loved watching these guys, make sure to give them a follow because they're doing this stuff all the time, and it's a really fun community to be involved in. And with that, I will close, and if anyone else has closing comments, feel free to add them now.
Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Right.
Same.
I'll go ahead and say that you guys should definitely follow these two guys, especially for the tournament because they're both awesome players. And I was actually digging through chat to see if anybody wanted to say anything, but nobody has anything race relevant to say, so we are ready to close.
All right, take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks again,